Well, for today's video, I'm going to change the oil on my John Deere riding lawn tractor. This has a Kohler CV23S motor in it. It's really nothing too special, but it is due for an oil change because I just got this tractor and the oil in it is definitely a little black. It's cheap enough to change the oil and filter, so I'm just going to go ahead and change it. And I'll leave the dipstick just out slightly so it'll make it drain a little bit easier. You have to take this little cap off. So I just let it drain out. It should take a little bit. And while it's still draining, I'm going to go ahead and remove the old oil filter and install the new one. That's what I've got this little tool for. The rag under there some more. So here's the new oil filter. And off camera I'll go ahead and wet the seal up a little bit. Seal is nice and wet. Make sure the oil filter is tight. And we're just about ready to refill it with oil. And so it's supposed to take about 2 quarts of oil. So I'll throw about 1.5 quarts in, and we'll check the level. The manual calls for 10W30 and normal operating conditions. You can run lighter weight oil like 5W30 in it or a full synthetic, but that's only advisable as far as the manual is concerned if you live in a colder climate. In warmer climates like where I live, it's not really much of a point in running a full synthetic in your lawn tractor unless it was designed to be run with it all the time. So we'll let her level out for a little bit. So now to check the level. And we are right at the full mark. So I'll check it again after I run it for a little bit. But before I run it, I've also got a fuel filter to replace and a couple spark plugs. So I'm just using a standard universal fuel filter. I typically buy these in bulk because I've had to replace them so often. They're pretty simple to install. You just undo the clamps. You're going to get some fuel everywhere, but it's kind of unavoidable. I've already pulled these 2 clamps back, so you kind of want to be careful because this can be pretty messy. And these fuel lines could probably do to be replaced. I think I've got some more. This fuel filter is bad. It's back up and in place. So, new fuel filter, new upper fuel line. Let's see what other damage we can do. So I've got a couple new spark plugs to install. Pretty simple, removing a spark plug. Just got to take the boot off and pull the spark plug out. There's 2 spark plugs on this motor. And this one's definitely been carboned up a little bit. Now you can clean a spark plug, but spark plugs are just so cheap that it's really not that big of a deal to just change them. These spark plugs were under $2 a piece, so it's not a big deal to me. And they're really simple to change out. And just reconnect the boot. There you have that. So now I'm just going to do the other side, and before I start it and run it, I'm going to clean out the oil filter, I'm going to clean out the air filter element. So the paper filter is definitely dirty. Probably should just replace it. I'll order another one, but until then I'm just going to go ahead and service this with some air. And it does actually do a fairly decent job. Blew out the pre-filter as well. Like on a normal push lawnmower engine with one of these kinds of foam filters on it, you're supposed to oil these up. So I'll go ahead and do that, and you just kind of want to scrunch it around. I don't know, I think this one should hold together. I think it's good enough, but like I said, eventually I'll just replace, you know, the whole filter, and the new filter should come with a new one of these. So just do a little bit of oil. I like to start with about a tablespoon. Just kind of let it soak into the filter, and then just scrunch it around. Make sure the filter gets nice and saturated, and then add a little bit more. And just scrunch it up a little bit. And that's good enough for me. So to reinstall it, just slip it back over the air hat. And now you can go ahead and throw it back on the lawnmower. Just slide it back on. Throw the wing nut back on. And the air filter cover. So now all we have to do is just let it run a little bit and recheck the oil level. Full choke. And it's starting to run out of gas, but that doesn't surprise me. I've also got to fix a leak on this tank as well, which hopefully shouldn't be too difficult, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more.